Hello YouTube friends and welcome back to Claire's Corner of Calm-ity, where crafting, calm and calamity meet. I have been working on my middle of Lidl diamond art painting, and I don't necessarily love it anymore as much as I did before. Why is that? Excellent question. So I started down here. I did as I opened it, tried to do some of this blue flower for you. I've still got the cover paper over there. For the most part, I think it actually looks really, really good. I have mentioned on a video before, I love the process. I don't necessarily love the outcome when it comes to diamond art painting. What I especially love, and I think you can see it over in this yellowy orangey flower here, I love the tonation. Is that even a word? I love the toning, whatever it is. I don't know, but I like it. I like how close together the colours are. If you've seen my inside out review, if you like, review-ish as I called it. I'm going to need something to hold that down. I'll figure that out in a minute. There were some really, really bad colour choices by whoever designed that, whereas actually the shading, that's probably the word I was looking for, the shading within these flowers is near enough spot on. Like, I don't understand. I don't have space because house is chaos. I don't really understand what these bits are doing in that blue flower. I may change those, they're quite stark, bearing in mind what I just said. I can't figure out what they're meant to be. It's not like they're leaves coming off like we've got down here, and obviously there's some weirdness in the leaf, but I think when you look at it from a distance, that makes a bit more sense. This doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, what I really like is how I've got some of the drills. I think it's, what colour is it? It'll be W, S and T. Let me take them out and show you. W, S and T. That's the colour of those drills. Like, they're very obviously similar colours that work in terms of shading, toning, whichever is the right word, insert here, to kind of give a realistic effect to the flower. So I really, really like that about this. There are some instances where the glue, especially up here, has felt a bit less sticky, tacky than perhaps I first thought. But actually, as long as it holds my drills on, I don't care. The drills. Oh, okay. So, backtracking. When I did my Jolly Santa one, that I still haven't done anything with beyond finishing it, I mentioned about trying to multiplace, or maybe not, I didn't. My words. When I talked about my Jolly Santa, I mentioned about the drill quality, that I was finding it really tricky to pick up some of the drills. I'm not having that problem on here. So any thoughts, desires I had to try out multiplacing on my second full canvas, the Jolly Santa, weren't worth doing. Like, I might have tentatively tried a couple of times, but because of the drill quality, it was never going to happen. Whereas the drill quality on these, and I need to stand up again. The drill quality on these is pretty darn good. Now, I do have some things, so I'm going to use my diamond art, my art dot tweezers. You see that drill there has got a bit of a nudge on the side. So some people might consider that a trash drill. I don't, as long as it sticks. So yeah, the drill quality has been pretty good. That I thought you could all come along and help me with trying out a multiplacer. Before I do though, we've got these drills here. The biggest consternation I have about the drills here is their sizing. So I don't know if you can see on there, but from the left, the second one in, to me, seems bigger. Take the thumb away from underneath. It seems bigger than especially the three to the right of that. So I'm not using them, because as long as it's not causing any problems in terms of sort of getting in the way of other drills, I don't see that that's a problem in terms of trash. But the other thing I noticed, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this at all. I've noticed this, of course, all of the ones I've done so far, but remember, I have only done cheapy ones so far. So this might not be a problem on like premium kits, but they appear to be different heights, which bugs me a little, but is possibly intentional and adds to the effect. The effect being obviously the sparkle of the diamonds. So, can you help me? Can you help me figure out multiplacing, please? I haven't tried it yet, not properly, but I want to give it a really good go. Now, apparently, I was going to do that with W. I didn't think I was. Can I use W to multiplace? I guess we could try here. Should we try it up here? So, let's get out that gunk. Start at the beginning. So, when I purchased my Art Dot storage case, it came, actually I think my light board, possibly both, it came with multiple pens, so your bog standard pen, multiple pens with multiplaces. Now I think this is a 2 or a 3, and I'm going with starting small. So as I understand it, you need to set up your diamonds as you usually would. Give them a bash. See, straight away I have a problem. Like they're all just colliding. It's not going to work if I've got no wax in it, is it? I was thinking I'd do the whole process with you. Way to go, Claire. You can't see that. So, pulling back the plastic packaging, as I understand it, just give it a rock in there. We have Houston, we have lift off. Waxed, ready to go. Did you even see that? Don't even know. It can hold 3 diamonds, and from what I understand about multiplacing, you should do it vertically. Ta-da! It worked! Let's try again. That might have been beginner's luck and a fluke. Yeah, so straight away I've only got 2 on this one, but that works perfectly because that was a row of 5. So there we go. That worked quite nicely. And they're nice and straight. I'm concentrating hard, so I won't talk very much for this. And another 3. Another 3. No, see, it won't even pick them up now. Like, is this me? What am I doing wrong? I've got 3. Put them down. Oh, also sticking to the wax, which is really irritating. I'm not sticking to the wax. Wax isn't sticky like that. My words apparently are failing me today. I have just had a child-free weekend, and I've not, and after the heat wave that we had last week, I've perhaps gone to bed far later than I should have. Now, I wonder if the problem that I'm having here is what I was saying about the heights of the diamond drills being different. Whatever, apparently I'm only using 2 this time. I was watching The Nerdy Painter over the weekend, and she'd been trying out a 12 placer. How on earth do you get enough of them lined up and stuck together properly to place 12 at a time? Like, am I missing something? Apparently I can only get 2 at a time here, so let's stop trying to get 3. Go with what works. Right, this is the other difficulty I have with this canvas. I don't have many, but I feel like sometimes I place and I can still see the symbol underneath. So there was a W under there. But it's not a massive pain in the arse because you can just obviously shift them a little bit. And I do feel that, again, it could be the heat that we've had this week. We've had some really extreme temperatures this week in the UK. It could be the extreme temperatures, but I feel like some of my drills have been wandering. They've been moving around. Okay, let's test this theory that multiplacing is best done vertically and try instead to go horizontally. Oh, that's just reminded me, I've got to be honest, the other thing I don't get about multiplacing is how you do... it's really annoying me that I'm sticking. How do you do it when you've got some already laid down? Do I have to always make sure that I'm doing it away from, so I'm not going over the top? Oh, that was terrible. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and see how that is. But I'd imagine, being a righty, my hand is getting in the way of you seeing what I'm doing as I try this. So let's again do some vertical. concentrating so hard I can't talk. There. You even see me drills. Me drills. Who am I? Trying to make sure you can see and I can see. It's quite challenging. Perhaps that's why not everybody does a YouTube channel. I've got my first subscriber, guys. I'm so excited. Let's instead try sideways. So sideways seems to work for 2. Let's try that 4 that I've just seen there. We've got 2 and 2. Because 2 and 2 makes 4, right? And again, that one's just gone off-pieced. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to very deliberately stop talking for a change, and I'm going to try a different camera angle so that you can hopefully see a bit more easily. I also forgot to mention these are the most static drills I've used yet, but bearing in mind this is diamond art painting number 3 for me, that may not be much of anything. So I've tried the dry sheets thing, and I wish you could have seen the look on my face. One day this may become a faced YouTube channel, but for now it's going to remain faceless. And I've got my whole fingerprint in there. Ooh, there's definitely an area there that looks less glued. Can you see? Let's zoom you in. Can you see this weird, just down there by where this is, running along there? There's an area that looks dodgy, like when you get a cup ring on a table, and some of it might affect the glue. I mean, it's still sticky. It's fine. Okay. Static dry sheets, currently faceless. Yeah, I do not like the tumble dry sheets. I don't like the smell of them. I don't like what they feel like on my hands. It was horrible. Did not enjoy at all. Right, remember we are multi-placing, Claire. Now I'm just going to put a bit more wax in my pen first. So here's my wax. Here's my pen. Maybe that was part of the problem. Just double layered up the wax in there. Oh, now I've lost the top of my wax. Okay, so drills, shake, tilt for them all to crumble. So don't tilt, because apparently that's not going to work for me. Let's see if we can get 3. I mean, got 3. Vertical. La 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 la. Starting to understand why people would use release paper. Right, I'm about to pick up these, and you can't see, these 3 drills here. These 3 here. To me, they look different sizes. Can you see? Probably not. 3. Ah, not enough wax, perhaps. Oh. That was me kind of growling in case you couldn't figure that out. And then we'll just do that 1. So I'm starting to get wax creeping out. Can you see that little tendril of wax there on the far away end, which feels a little bit more like single placing behaviour. So maybe that's an indication that I'm getting this right. Do you know what, guys? I think I might just be a single placer. Feels so much easier to get them accurately on there when you single place. I only need 2 on the next one, so let's go those 2. What I've decided I don't massively love, I'm not massively enjoying this one compared to the other 2 that I've done. What I'm not enjoying particularly about doing this canvas is how blocky it is. I know I have said in the past that, obviously starting with logic puzzles that are deliberately colouring in squares and therefore pixelated images, I don't have a problem with pixelated images. It's not about the pixelation, it's there's almost too much of the same colour all in the same place, and it's boring. It's boring me. If I do that other one there on its own, and then we've got, just trying to scoot together, 3. This probably is like, you'd be having more fun watching paint dry or staring at a wall than me doing this. But I do appreciate if you're here giving me your energy as I try and figure out this multiplacing malarkey. Are you a multiplacer? Like, let me know down below. Are you a multiplacer? What am I missing about doing this? Versus, are you a single placer? And what do you struggle with? Multiplacing. Right, so this is where my brain goes, how's this going to work? So see how they're like, they're not even in the middle. How is that going to work as I put them down? Oh, well, I don't know how. Can't tell you how, but it worked. Sometimes that's good enough. Another 3. Yep, I've got 3. Definitely coming out wobblier. And as a recovering perfectionist, as I described myself the other day, I'm not sure I'm okay with that. Okay, let's give it a go doing the sideways. Is it still not particularly well focused, is it? Here. Thank you. Here. Thank you. Oh, it literally keeps losing. There we go. Right, apparently I've got to leave a finger in the way. No rude comments there, thank you. Right, I'm going to try going sideways now. So like I say, I don't know who it was I was watching. I've mostly binged Nerdy Painter, like I say. I'm nearly at the end of all of her videos, which I have massively appreciated in supporting me so far. I'm nearly at the end, so if you have any recommendations for other people to watch and follow, please do let me know. But it wasn't the Nerdy Painter, because I'm pretty sure she multiplaces in 2 different directions. So it definitely wasn't her, but I'm sure I heard somebody say multiplacing works best when you do it vertically on the grid rather than horizontally. Now, if we're dealing with circles, my maths brain goes, shouldn't be any flipping difference there, should there? Because a circle is a circle because it's the same distance from the centre to the outside all the way around, and that's what makes it a circle. And yet, not everything in actual life conforms to mathematical theoretical maths. I don't know what I'm saying. Shut up, Claire. Okay, I feel like I'm getting there. I did say I might try a bigger multiplacer. I think that's going to have to be a work my way up to it. I'm not thrilled at all with the idea of jumping straight from a 3 to a 4 because this isn't going consistently well yet to try the next one. But for the giggles, maybe I'll give it a go. Let me pause you and find it and switch out. I may have run into my next problem already. The next smallest one that I could find is this one, which with a quick measure against the canvas is a 6 multiplacer. Now, as you just saw, I can't even get my blinking drills lined up, so God knows how I'm going to get 6 in a row. Again, any tips below, please? I'm going to try and scoot them up next to each other. And I'm just going to go for it. Oh, you didn't see any of that, did you? Well. Boom. Woohoo! I reckon that was beginner's luck again, though, wasn't it? Where can I put this so you can see what I just did? Let's try there. So focusing over here, please, phone. No, it's not going to work. What I did is gently shove them up next to each other and then just kind of what's it over the top. So I've got my 6 drills there, and then I very carefully went boom, and with the exception of that drill there where I can see the tail of the cue poking out, it looks like I can use a 6 placer better than a 4 placer. No, 3 placer. That might even only be a 2 placer. Trying to get 6 anywhere close to lined up is in itself a nightmare. So this time I'm going to try horizontal alignment. I don't know if I'm rolling that because I also heard it suggested that I roll it, or whether that was just how my brain works. Let's get that wax off. Wax on, wax off. Right, so I've now got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the space between. So do I try and pick up 5 and throw them straight in there? Whoa. I mean, the angle of me working that is really awkward. That's not what I'd do in real life. Oh my gosh. These drills are just getting in the way of each other. I feel like I'm spending as much time organising drills as placing drills. Like I could have actually just done my 6 drills in the same time it's taken me to multi-place, although actually, this is perhaps going quite well after all. 5 of those again, so we'll go flick you out the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't take that one. Right, we're going to go with that's not sticking. Funny story. So my daughter has married a Polish guy. They have just come back from holiday in Poland. She messaged me yesterday saying, fancy a craft and movie night. I bought these back from Poland. Guess what crafts she had, guys? She had diamond art painting. Of course she did. I was like, that's hysterical. Apparently she did see them at my house, but I don't know when that would have been because I can't remember when she was last here and when that was in relation to my diamond art painting journey. Right, I'm going to zoom out to number 1. Right, so what I was just doing that you couldn't see was ones that are up the wrong way, just kind of getting them out of the way so that I stand any chance whatsoever. All right, jumping bean of actually being able to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can't see, can you? Like, I'm not yet sure whether I love this or hate this. Like, when it works, it feels like I love it. But there's bits I don't love. And I guess, even though there's only 2 there, I can totally just pick up 2 to do those 2 that I need. Right? Kind of worked. So, apparently the advice that it only works vertically is not applicable here. 6 in my row there, but I've picked up a wannabe escape artist. No, I haven't. I've got 5. I mean, if I'm spending this time adjusting, I might as well just single place, right? Sorry if my phone's wobbling all over the place. I feel like you still need a different angle. Thanks for bearing with me as I figure out all this nonsense, guys. I was like, yeah, I can create a YouTube channel. You just point and shoot with your phone. Well, that's no blinking use, is it? 5. That worked. Just gonna randomly start just picking it up and going with it. 3. I got the extra 1. Look at that, total fluke getting that in the right place. Sorry, you are. I'm currently cuddling my gooseneck, which is what my phone is on, with my neck and my head to try and stop you from wobbling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finish the song. You might have to be a certain age actually to know what I'm talking about there. Isn't it funny how, does this happen to everyone? I always thought it was like everyone did this, but apparently it might be an ADHD thing. Someone says something and you burst into song that links from it. So my son the other day had such a pause after he said the word every day that I started singing Karma Chameleon. Every day is like survival. And the funny thing about this with my son is that he saw, I follow ADHD Love on Facebook. I think ADHD Love are fabulous. I think they're amazing. So yeah, my son happened to see a video of theirs with me on Facebook where they did exactly that. I think it was actually Sia. And so rather than the ADHD Love team, it was child of and adult, I think. Where, yeah, literally every time Rich, who's the guy couple from the couple, said a word or phrase, the other person would burst into song. And my son thought it was hysterical until I did it to him that same evening when he shouted to me at the bottom of the stairs, "I'm coming up!" And apparently it's actually "I'm coming out" is the line in the song, but I started singing it and he was like, "That's so annoying." Whereas every now and again, especially if I talk to other people and tell other people this story, he just randomly starts going, "I'm coming out," or "I'm coming up," because we thought it was up. So yeah, he has like a love-hate relationship with this idea of me bursting into song when he says something. But yeah, apparently it's great until it happens to him, and then it's really annoying. Okay, so apparently I have got the knack of this a little bit more with the 6 placer, which might make life a little bit more easier. I do definitely feel like I'm having to concentrate considerably more than with single placing, but I might continue and give it a go and report back. But for now, I will leave you. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Like I say, any hints, tips, tricks? Oh no. Oh no. Let me show you why I'm oh-noing. This is my setup for this video. Nothing professional about it at all. We've got a handy glue bottle that was holding back my cover, and I've just pushed it back and back and back, as in the canvas, back and back and back, to get it in the right position to try and demonstrate to you what I'm doing. And it's stuck to my glass of water. Can you see? And this, again, is why you are welcomed to Claire's Corner of Calm-ity, because crafting is really calming. And yet, my life is a bit calamitous. That seems like a really great place to end this video. Thank you so much once again for joining me in my little corner of the internet, and I hope to see you again here soon. Bye bye.